to make sense, first of all, and transition into one another very fluently, so that the audience knows exactly when the first part ends and then the second one begins. It has to be well organized and clear, easy to follow. Tomasz Wąsowski is a great guy. He's a man who fears nothing, I would say. He's always smiling, very enthusiastic, and let's see how he handles speech number 2. He likes traveling. He lives in the US and Poland. He studies 2 programs. He works. He does everything. Tomasz Wąsowski, walking in my shoes.
Thank you. Hello everyone, as Victor said, I'm Tomasz, and tonight I would like to talk to you about shoes. But I will not complain about shoe distribution in the 70s and 80s. I won't even talk about shoe fashion, even though I see some fancy boots somewhere. And for music fans, I will not talk about the mode. I will talk about simple things. We all know, but we've got sometimes huge problem to use them. I will talk about understanding and empathy. Every day we meet people, a lot of people every day, at work, at shopping, at school, on parties, on street. Sometimes we pass them. Sometimes they become our friends, partners, enemies. Some of them playing games with us, social games. And let's take an example. Would you mind to imagine you are at work? It's a huge shared service. 200 people, the same place, the same time. Different races, different religion, different sexual orientation, different culture, tradition, background. You don't know them. But it's pretty easy for us to make an opinion about them, to judge them, even criticize sometimes. But the question is why? Because this is our nature. But are we honest with this? Probably not always. And from the other side, when people ask you, how are you today? Do you answer with, I'm fine, every time? Yes, most of people used to do it. But most of people used to pretend only they are fine. Most of people used to pretend to get some acceptance, to achieve some goals. And a pretty good example here is a job interview. Most of you had a problem with interviews, right? And imagine a situation when the young applicants going for interview and they're trying to sell, of course, to potential employer. They pretend. They pretend they are completely different. Sometimes they are honest, but usually not. And what is worse in all this situation, that the people used to simply assume things just by what they see. They don't really want to tear down the invisible wall between us. They don't really want to, or they don't want, so they don't know how to listen to other people. And sorry, I have to remind one thing. But every single person has story. I have story, you have stories. Every people have a past, have secrets. But usually they don't want to share with personal feelings with other people. So they pretend that everything is fine. Sometimes they pretend they are completely different people. And the conclusion for it is just try to tear down this wall, just to try to open the door to the other people. And then you can see your neighbor, your colleague from work, is a completely different person. And conclusion for all this speech is, before you will start to judge someone, just take the shoes and walk in mind. Because Indians say that don't judge your neighbor before you walk 2 months in his moccasins. Thank you.